An unprecedented number of drivers remained in contention to win the 2016 Dunlop MSA British Touring Car Championship as the grand finale at the iconic Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit approached. A record 12 drivers had won races in an unforgettable BTCC campaign up to this stage, and 8 of those tin top stars still had a chance of claiming the most coveted prize in British motorsport. WSR's Sam Tordoff led the way heading to Kent, but he faced opposition from a number of deadly duos, plus his own teammate, Rob Collard. Honda's partnership of Gordon Shedden and Matt Neal had been there before, as had Subaru's Colin Turkington and Jason Plato, whilst Motorbase Performance's combination of Matt Jackson and Andrew Jordan had fast become one of the most talented lineups in the series. The scene was set for 3 unmissable rounds to determine the outcome to one of the hardest fought championships in history. A record 45,000 strong crowd descended on the hallowed venue, with many, many more watching every second live, exclusive on ITV4. Colin Turkington claimed pole position in the final qualifying session of the season after the silver-lined Subaru BMR racing driver produced an incredible effort. The 30-minute session was punctuated by a rain shower and a stoppage following a dramatic accident involving Aaron Smith's Volkswagen, but it was double champion Turkington who starred as the checkered flag fell. The Ulsterman's imperious series of laps on a difficult drying track, securing that all-important pole and doing his championship chances no harm at all. The Subaru driver followed up on Saturday's promise by ensuring his championship chances were kept alive with a sublime lights to flag victory in the opener. It was a commanding display from pole position. The Subaru Levorg made a steady getaway off the line, as did the rest of the pack, retaining a status quo in terms of track position as the cars shot off the grid. A safety car ensued after Hunter Abbott, Rob Collard and Matt Neal tangled. The latter two avoided race-ending trouble, but fellow championship contender Andrew Jordan was unsighted and struck Abbott's pirouetting Chevrolet, ending his hopes of a last-ditch title push. From there, Turkington gradually pulled clear of the chasing pack and set the fastest lap for good measure on his way to a 4th victory of the season, with an imperious gap come the checkered flag. The best of the rest was led by Handy Motorsport's Rob Austin, who fended off the attentions of Jason Plato and Josh Cook for the duration of the contest for 2nd place, his best result of the season. Plato lost a position on the podium at the last corner of the last lap to Cook's MG. He would be out of the running in the title fight. Reigning champion Gordon Shedden scrapped to a 5th place finish after he saw off Jack Goff's BMW in an early battle. As a result, the Scotsman was just 6 points off the standing summit as he clawed into Sam Tordoff's lead. Adam Morgan wedged his Wix Racing Mercedes in between the 2 Hondas, as Matt Neal also made ground in his quest for a record-equalling 4th BTCC title. Turkington was very much proving to be the man on form, starting race 2 even better than he had race 1, immediately ripping away from the rest of the field as the 2nd race of the day got underway. There was drama for one of the title contenders on lap 3 as Matt Neal's hopes spiralled into the tyre barrier. The Halfords USA racing driver had just set the fastest lap of the race and was on a charge, but his Honda engine stuttered out of Paddock Hill Bend before contact was made with Ash Sutton's MG on the run down to Graham Hill Bend. The incident speared the Honda Civic Type R into the tyre wall and, most unfortunately, out of the championship picture, having been just 10 points shy of Tordoff at this stage. A lengthy interruption followed in order for the BTCC medical team to attend to the shaken Neal, and the triple champion was later diagnosed with mild concussion. Victory looked secure for Turkington during the opening half of the race, but everything changed when his teammate Jason Plato and Honda's Gordon Shedden eventually muscled their way past Rob Austin's Handy Motorsport Toyota. Plato scythed into Turkington's advantage and was right on the Sister Levorg's tail by lap 10. The stablemates battled for a number of laps, with Plato incredibly pressuring Turkington at this critical stage of the season. Eventually, the call came from the team, and Plato relented, backing the chasing pack up in the process and allowing Turkington to take victory. Josh Cook and Sam Tordoff dive-bombed by Austin's Handy Motorsport machine, and the Laser Tools Racing Mercedes of Aidan Moffat immediately followed suit. Austin retired shortly after with what looked like a mechanical issue. Matt Jackson took 7th, and with it the reverse grid pole for race 3, although his championship chances were over. Rob Collard completed the top 10 order, but with that, he too was out of the running. Tordoff's lead was cut to just 2 points from Shedden heading into the finale, while Turkington was a further 8 back, though the reverse grid draw was not kind to the Silver Line Subaru BMR Racing man, as he would line up 7th, making the task of outdoing the other challengers an almost impossible one. As happened in 2015, the final destination of the BTCC crown would be decided in the final round of the season. Scotsman Gordon Shedden needed to overcome a 2-point deficit to standings leader Sam Tordoff heading into the final race of the season. And with the Honda behind the BMW on the race 3 grid, Shedden would need to pass his rival on track. The final lights out of the season saw Matt Jackson and Aidan Moffat fire away and up the road as the battle for the championship unfolded behind. The huge crowd lining the spectator banking and packing the grandstand held its collective breath as Shedden hauled his Honda Civic Type R right up to the rear bumper of the JCT 600 with Gardex 125iM Sport machine. If Tordoff held on, it would be enough for a maiden BTCC title, but despite the very best of his efforts, he couldn't. Parking the BMW in the right places only worked for so long in stopping the Honda's relentless charge. Shedden had been in this position before. On lap 7, the opportunistic Team Dynamics mainstay saw his gap sliding through on the inside of the final turn as the Yorkshireman wrestled to keep his place. The momentum was with Shedden on the run down to Clearways, and the move was done by the exit of Clark Curve. From there, Tordoff could only watch as the on-song orange Civic pulled away into the middle distance. Matt Jackson took a brilliant win for Motorbase Performance, while a stunning standout drive to second spot came from Laser Tools Racing's Aidan Moffat, with Adam Morgan's Mercedes eventually crossing the line ahead of the unfortunate Tordoff in 4th. Shedden fended off attacks from Morgan's racy Mercedes and even a late safety car period to maintain 3rd position, superbly securing the title in the process by the slimmest of margins, just 2 points. The now triple champion had been fighting back throughout the year, following a challenging start to his title defence, and the 37-year-old finally returned to the summit as the checkered flag fell on the last race of the season. Shedden's success was all the more impressive as he became the first driver to win back-to-back titles since Fabrizio Giovanardi in 2007 and 2008. Despite Tordoff narrowly missing out on the driver's crown, WSR secured the Manufacturers' Constructors' Championship for BMW, while Team JCT 600 with Gardex won the team's title. Andrew Jordan took the Independent Drivers' Trophy, and Motorbase Performance won the Independence Team Honours. After a season-long battle with Michael Epps, the Jack Sears Trophy eventually went to Ash Sutton, with the MG Racing RCIB insurance driver starring throughout his maiden BTCC campaign. When the dust settled on an unforgettable day, it was Shedden celebrating winning the most coveted prize in British motor racing for the 3rd time in his career, pipping Tordoff by just 2 points. Matt Jackson claimed 3rd overall ahead of Turkington, with Collard and Neal rounding out the top 6 in the championship. For Gordon Shedden, it was the 3rd British Touring Car Championship title, and not surprisingly for him, there was much to celebrate.
Congratulations, champion once again, and what's a familiar little trophy in your hands now?
Yeah, I mean, I genuinely didn't think that we'd win it coming into this weekend. You know, Sam's driven great, since mid-season, but we've been clawing back, and I desperately didn't want to finish second, having got so close. But yeah, absolutely delighted.
Nobody could feel overconfident in the last few races that we have about, you know, taking a grip on this title battle. But for you, Silverstone maybe was the key.
I mean, the whole second half of the year, we've really been on it. You know, I think after Croft, I was 9th, 8th, 9th in the championship, and I think everyone had written me off. But we've clawed it back, we've got there, and wow, I mean, there's a surprise. The British Touring Car Championship going down to the last race of the season, isn't it?
It always works out that way. It's been fantastic. Tim's enjoyed it, Paul's enjoyed it. Just tell us about that last lap with Adam Morgan putting you under so much pressure.
Yeah, I mean, Adam had good pace, but then the safety car just gave me, a couple of laps just to cool everything down, make sure I was happy, and ultimately I could have let Adam go, but sometimes if you break your rhythm, you can make a mistake or pick up some debris. So I was just keeping on going, keeping it tight, and trying trying to win that championship.
Must have been thinking, oh, one tap and I could be out of this, but you survived.
Yeah, but you got 30 races, so you just got to hope that you kind of get it back in one piece. But it's amazing how many funny noises you hear in the car on the last lap after the safety car. That's for sure.
Fantastic, back-to-back champion.
Yeah, fantastic, but a very different race to last year, wasn't it? A really different makeup.
Yeah, to know, actually to sit on the grid and to know that I had to pass Sam was actually a really good thing. He was lighter, he was starting in front, but then it was just quite simple. I have to be in the top 5 and I have to be in front of him, to win by 2 points. So, wow, absolutely wow.
Sorry, I was going to say, did you have a bit of a panic when Sam started to come back? He had his headlights on and he had the fastest lap of himself. I thought, it's game on here.
Yeah, he kind of gained a little bit back, but then I think, Aiden kind of settled into a bit of a rhythm, and then I just had to make sure that he didn't start defending and slowing us down, and I was keeping an eye on it, but I was happy with what I had, and could have maybe gone again had I needed to.
Fantastic, and we had our congratulations. We'll have a season review, we'll have another interview with you in our season's review, which I think goes out in the middle of November, but congratulations once again. Gordon Shedden, go and continue the celebrations just as you did last year.
Gordon.
Top man, have a good one.
Thank you.